All right, welcome back. So today's lift was on July 1st. It's been a few days since then. I got caught up with work, life, and I guess the holiday. So, with that being said, this is just me doing a little bit of a warm up before I get into a training one rep max on the good morning. But before I did all that, I wound up going on the bike for 6 minutes. And then I wound up doing a dynamic warm up for about 5 minutes as well. And then, as you just saw, I did 5 reps at 135 pounds, 1 rep at 225 pounds, and then 1 rep at 315, give or take, right there. I say give or take because it wasn't quite the best form, but I counted it. Nevertheless, all I was trying to do was just recruit muscle fibers. So that is what I did. After that, though, I went ahead and wound up doing my main work. And my main work right now is glute bridges. So I do these glute bridges here with my back on the ground as opposed to my back elevated. Um, this allows me to work more of my hip, especially in an explosive manner here. You'll see me almost thrusting straight up. I'm just working here for that video you just saw right there. I did 12 reps at 315 pounds, which felt pretty easy. So I wound up adding some weight for the subsequent 2 sets. So for set number 2 and 3, I wound up getting 12 reps as well for both of them at 365 pounds. Now I am going to continue pushing this for a little while for a couple reasons. First and foremost, when I did a deadlift the other day, my weak link was my lockout. My weak link, I couldn't get it past my knees, and that's where I start to transition a lot of the pull into my butt whenever I'm doing sumo. So I figure if I have a weak link right there, I might as well address it. And that's what I'm going to start doing. So I'm doing those. It's also hitting a little bit of my quads, especially at the top there. You'll see whenever I thrust fully up, my quads do get activated. Um, so yeah, I'm working out my legs mainly with the glute bridges right now. Yeah, I enjoy them. I like them. They don't really hurt too much or anything. Um, they feel quite comfortable, especially with that cushion pad right there. Without that pad, it would actually wind up being pretty miserable. It'd wind up digging into my, I guess, my hip flexors, my pelvis area. So I do use that pad. But after that, I wound up doing some walking lunges. And in between those walking lunges, I did some box jumps at 48 inches and 42 inches. I did wind up speeding up both the walking lunges as well as the jumps because these videos are well over a minute each. And I wound up doing basically 10 lunges per side with 90 pounds on my back. It wasn't too hard, however, I did feel quite a stretch, especially as I started getting into the reps here towards the end of each set. I wound up getting a good little stretch there. So I also included all these fails of me trying to jump at 48 inches. Now I got a lot of reasons for why this probably happened because I wound up failing later at 42 as well. I think I just did a lot of working out the day before. The previous day before this workout, I wound up doing all that volume for my upper body, and I was still quite sore. So I did notate that. But yeah, I think I was just sore, maybe dehydrated, sleep deprived, for whatever reason. I just wasn't feeling my best. I was definitely feeling below average. So it didn't mean I wasn't gonna not jump. It's just, um, I'm still gonna get my jumps in, or at least attempt to get them in, um, trying as hard as I can. But I was gonna include it just for transparency purposes. But yeah, there I am failing 42 inches as well. And I keep a little bit of the film in between as well, just to showcase, I guess, a little bit of how I was feeling. Um, Defeated might be the right word, but I kept trying. I didn't give up. So 42 inches was a little bit of a reach right then, but I did wind up getting it for the last set at least once. Um, Maybe I gave myself a little bit of extra rest. I don't truly recall, but Nevertheless, I wound up doing these walking lunges and the box jumps for um, a specific purpose in this workout. Primarily, these walking lunges are going to help aid in recovery for my knee. They're going to help with getting that deep stretch down there, making sure I can move through that range of motion. It's also going to help work out my quads, a little bit of my glutes, and then the jumps help keep me explosive. So that's why I was doing these. But it felt pretty good overall, especially here at the end. I wound up getting the boxes. And then after that, I wound up doing some pull ups. This is just a staple that I do. I've been doing it for a long time. I do pull ups on lower body days. Pull ups on lower body days allow me to really work hard at one pulling exercise rather. It allows my spine to decompress a little bit as well. I get to sneak in, some grip training, a little bit of arms, and all of that. So I wound up doing 3 sets at 45 pounds for 7 reps each. And I did wind up actually resting a sizable or a large amount of time in between these sets, probably 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Um, I wound up talking to somebody as well in between the sets, so felt pretty good. I was getting them. Yeah, overall, I enjoy the pull-ups, and I'm just hoping it'll help get my back to grow a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna probably keep trying to progress on pull-ups, adding more weight. The other day, yesterday actually, so you'll see that video coming out soon. It was an upper body day. I wound up putting 75 pounds on this weighted belt, not for pull-ups, but for dips. So that's the goal going forward, is just to keep upping that weight for both dips and pull-ups, and see if I can get stronger at those motions. After this, though, I wound up doing my leg curls. Um, Wound up doing these leg curls seated. I felt pretty good. Did them pretty fast, actually. Yeah, I did 3 sets of 10 at 130 pounds. Felt pretty good. Um, I definitely felt it. You see me put my hands down there at my hamstrings. I definitely feel, my muscle working on these more than most other exercises. I'm not just talking about my legs in general. I'm talking about all exercises on these leg curls, seated especially, or even the glute hamstring device whenever you do the body weight ones, or even if you add weight. Uh, I tend to feel it in my hamstrings, especially that muscle, whatever that muscle is called, I forget, but there's a muscle that basically acts almost like the bicep, and that's the one that I'm feeling curl my legs in. So good exercise overall. And then after that, I wound up doing leg press calf raises and some tibia raises. I wound up doing 15 reps for 1 set at 315 pounds for the calf raises. And then I did 1 set at 15 reps at 25 pounds for the tibia raises. And you'll just see that play out here in the next few moments. And overall, this workout felt pretty good. It definitely felt more like a bodybuilding like workout, but I did try to keep some explosive movements in there, including the warm up, and I'm trying to do some exercises that can help aid me in my endeavors such as MMA and wrestling. So, with all that being said though, this was my workout for July 1st. It was a lower body day, and overall I was pretty happy with it, especially given how I wasn't feeling too well. So, I guess I didn't even bring this up yet. I guess I can bring this up towards the end. I actually wound up getting a little bit sick for the last few days, which was actually after this workout. So perhaps that had to play a role in it as well. But all that being said, overall, got the workout done, did the work. So until next time, I'll just let this play out. Bye.